Um, technical difficulties. We can't fucking record. So, uh, a live video is gonna have to do for now. My apologies. So there's no editing. This is the raw, unfiltered version of what this video was going to be. Um, so yeah, we can't record. Most of you guys will be seeing this after the stream, but what we're gonna do is basically I'm gonna introduce the subject and of course the guest we have here, and then we're just gonna get started. Okay, we're not waiting for anyone or anything. So, uh, welcome back to the Goose Block. This barely feels like the Goose Block. This feels like the shit block. Um, because this is fucking ghetto ass shit right here. Like I feel like I'm in like old block Chicago. This is not the safe, friendly version. This is the weird shit. We're joined here by Alejandro
Dummies, the man,
for
the
dummies.
the myth itself, not a legend. Goosebumps or Dummies. Yep, we're back here. Been a while since we collabed with Bruce,
It
let
has.
alone streamed. So great to be back with another banger.
Yeah, great to be back with you as well, dude. It's been a long time since we've had him on the channel, and I was hoping we'd have a big comeback video, but this is just gonna have to do once again. If you didn't know, this is the reason I'm here right now. This guy. So it's great having him back on the channel, and I thought it would be awesome to do another top 5 video because it seems I just never run out of these. Now, today's episode is something that I kind of thought long and hard about. Um, sorry. And as time went on, I started to realize I need to make a video on this because it's been bothering me. And that's Goosebumps media that we want to love, but we just can't. Uh, it's a thing where, and I'm gonna break it down. Any of the picks on both of our lists could be books where we really like something. Hello, man, I love Goosebumps. We really love something that is in the same series of books. You know what I mean? And that one book is just not it. Or there was something that you know could have been really cool, but you think had missed potential, and in that case, you feel like you were lowballed and you didn't enjoy it as much as you could have. Um, if there's any other criterias, it doesn't really matter. This is all up for grabs. So we're just gonna get started. 5 books per person, or 5 pieces of media, and yeah. Let's start with Alejandro's 5th pick. What is your 5th piece of media that you wish you could love but you can't?
All right. Starting off with my actual only thing apart from a book because most live action video game media, comic media, which is kind of books, doesn't really fit this category for me. This episode from the 90s show is a very beloved one and popular one, and that is Say Cheese and Die. Not talking about the sequel, because a lot of people hate that, and probably deservingly so. Just the first part, if you want to call it part. This episode is beloved, and I've kind of gotten that because obviously it's based off a beloved story, and Ryan Gosling is in it, which is cool. It just that doesn't make much, score for me. It doesn't make up the score for me at all. I don't care if Ryan Gosling is in it. Not disowning the dude or discrediting him. It's just it's not a reason I love this episode at all. Whether I am a big fan of him or not. Same can be said for Christian. I don't remember his last name in Dummy Free. He doesn't affect my score. This episode has always landed at average for me. It's never exceeded expectations, and I did give it a 9 out of 10 in my episode review I did last March. But since then, even then I thought I was generous. I'd probably give it an 8 out of 10. It's really just average, pretty good, maybe slightly above average. Just never really exceed expectations. And there's genuine faults in the episode. Like Sherry's acting is pretty bad, and the first half's kind of not as good as the second half. And overall, a lot of the qualities just land at good, just not amazing for me. Like the plot's good, but not amazing. The acting is overall good, besides Sherry's, but not amazing. So yeah, it's just good.
Yeah, that's honestly a very controversial take. Uh, Real quick, welcome everybody. Thanks, Horrorlander BD. Good to see you here. Uh, Back to what we were talking about. I think that one of the big things with this episode is, although I personally love it, it's nostalgic as hell to me, and I think it is to a lot of people. I think that at the same time, a lot of people go into it thinking this is the episode with Ryan Gosling. And I think that's a horrible mindset because that shouldn't be what you're looking for. You should be looking for, is the story good? Is it a good adaptation? And I think a lot of people come in going, this is kid Ryan Gosling. This is one of his first roles. And they come out going, that was cool because of him. And I think that's really stupid because he doesn't add much to the episode. I think his acting's totally fine. I disagree with you on the acting angle of things. I think everybody's okay at the slightest. Um, but it's definitely a thing where I go, if this episode didn't have Ryan Gosling in it, would people love it as much as they do? Or would the book be as popular as it is? It leaves open some questions, that's for sure. So, yeah, nice pick. And I'm gonna move into my fifth one, which is something that I don't own a copy of. And if this was going to turn out as a video, it would have had picture. But Goosebumps 2015 point and click action game. I received this game as a gift when I was, I think, 8. I think. Um, and what happened was I basically I received this gift from my aunt, I believe, and I played it, and I played it, and I got pretty far. I think not far in the grand scheme of things, but just far. And I got to a part where there was supposed to be a beast from the east, and I could never get past it. And this is coming from, this is 2015. Okay, late 2015, after the movie had come out. I got this for Christmas. I'm playing this on Christmas Day through like New Year's Eve. And because way back in the day, my parents and their friends would take me to like a hotel with a pool and shit for New Year's and we'd celebrate. But there would usually be this time around like 10, 11 where you could just do whatever you wanted. Like the kids hanged out. And I remember like I was playing on the DS just trying to get past this thing and I never could do it. So fast forward like God, till 2023, my channel gets made. Um, this is what's good that we have him here. Alex tells me, "Yo, this game's awesome." He's streaming it on his channel, and I was like, "I need to try this again." So I re-download it on my Switch this time, and I was bored out of my fucking mind. I don't know what happened, but I thought it was extremely boring for what it was, and I think that a lot of it felt more annoying than it was like entertaining. And I'm not trying to say like this is like a horrible game because it's not. It has great design and everything. It just feels like to me this is a game that like I should have loved. You know, like I loved the 2015 movie. This is coming from me at like 7, 8 years old and I'm just this like ripe age that loves everything he touches, as long as it's goosebumps or whatnot. And I just never got into it. I don't know what happened. Uh, I still to this day have not gotten past that fucking beast from the east, and I don't think I ever will, quite frankly. So that's why it lands at my number 5. Yeah. Quick chat message, Horrorlander. I agree with Dummies on the Say Cheese and Die episode. I think it's an iconic episode, but more towards mid. for me, execution wise. Took the darker book to a more cheesy route, so the shift is hard to for click with. I think he means to click with. Um, Alex,
Mm.
you have anything to say on that? I mean, you
Um,
basically said that.
about the message or what you said.
The message first, but
I mean, I'm fine with the cheesier route. Um, Goosebumps is cheesy. I mean, it's about a fucking killer camera, so it's already cheesy in itself. But I can kind of get that, especially the sequel more. But obviously, the first one it's definitely got that bit of cheese in there. I don't think it's more mid for say though. But definitely nowhere near the quality of the book. Like, just being honest.
yeah. Uh, personally, I think the episode's fantastic, but I already said that. Do you have anything to add on the 2015 thing?
Oh,
The
oh yeah, absolutely. Um, that game, obviously, I've made it clear on my channel multiple times. I absolutely loved it. It was a great experience and very fun for me. I can actually quite see that. Because the game is, it doesn't have a lot of talking, as in it has no talking at all.
yeah,
And when it comes to audio, that has sound effects and music, which I love the soundtrack. It's really good and fits the game perfectly.
the
But
the
it could,
ambience, the
it could.
ambience is really
Oh
nice.
yeah,
The soundtrack's great. Yeah,
the opening theme is amazing, but it
that
could suffice or get better from more talking, and let alone there's a whole lot of dialogue, and that can get old really quickly. And I mean text. And if that's not your thing, and of course if the gameplay, which is more of a it's very strange, but it's a point and click adventure in Goosebumps style, but it's 2D. Um, with a lot of puzzles. If you can manage that and get through it on your own, it's fun. But if you struggle a lot, and there's even randomized things like the Cronby segment, it can be annoying. And make you not want to play the game. So I think that is completely fair that it can be boring, let alone hard to get through. Because the Beast from the East part, I had to Google that. There was absolutely nothing hinting at what it was. How do you defeat the Beast?
yeah.
Which is like, why? So complete guess you have to take there. But yeah, moving on. Oh, number 4 for my list. Now this is this doesn't have a lot to do with a Goosebumps pick that I'm about to bring up, but more of a kind of Goosebumps pick, and that is Knives Giant Everything. Um, this book I can almost put on here, um, because one of the books that I'm kind of comparing it to in a way that did it so much better is The Incredible Shrinking Fifth Grader, aka Adventures of Shrink Man. That story, and as well as Beware of the Purple Peanut Butter, did that book way better. Beware of the Purple Peanut Butter is an exception because that's a GYG and it works in the more random-ish format better. But Shrinking Fifth Grader, Adventures of Shrink Man, whatever you want to call it, that story is more of direction and a way better wrap up of things and overall better characters, which this book cannot achieve. Let alone there's some very suggestive aspects of the story. And in itself, like I said, the characters aren't very good. The plot is kind of a it's like a blender of random shit. There's something involving a piano teacher. There's something involving the FBI. There's something involving birds. There's a whole lot of stuff. And whilst there's its good moments like the bucket scene where you have to maybe get out of a bucket, very very disturbing. It just falls flat on everything else. Let alone the climax is a huge mixed bag. I wish I liked it more, but it really falls flat in the better aspects, or the aspects I wish were better that I can see in other books I like to it from Goosebumps.
Yeah, interesting. I haven't read it yet. I plan to get to the not most wanteds, the Hall of Horrors at some point, but I don't own them all. So I need to get that one and a couple others, and I'm good. But yeah, I have nothing to add. But I just know a lot of people love that one, and I know that's a hot take that you don't. So yeah, interesting. We'll see if anybody types in chat about that, but let's move on to my pick. So my number 4 pick, I'm gonna hold up the book version because there's not a fucking DVD. At least I don't think. I might be stupid. Or actually, let's read this quick. Loves the protagonist and giant everything, but plot feels generic, and the mini town side plot would have been cooler to explore. Like trilogy homage, but the twist at the end was strange. I thought more people liked it a lot, but maybe you're right. I mean, I don't
There's a
really
few
trust the
stands.
late moderns. So, have anything to add on that?
No.
Hello, Slappy689. All right. Anyways, this is the book version. There might be a DVD for this. I don't know. But I really don't care to pick it up. Goosebumps 2023. So the reason why, and this is very recent, it was almost the thing that made me want to make this, was the new TV show. Because what happened was I really did not care for this by the time it ended up like airing, like finishing airing. Um, there's some echoing, but it's fine. And what happens was then the second series comes out, which is called I think The Vanishing, and I actually really liked it. I thought it was great. And so I almost wanted to come back to this and was like, maybe I should give it a second chance. And I re-looked over all the comments I had made about it. I re-looked over some reviews from people we like and are in the server and whatnot. And I went, man, I've seen this twice. I never want to watch it again. This is just not my thing, but I really wish I could like it, especially now knowing that, this could be the last big Goosebumps project we get, excluding books. So it's like the second series being way better than this one almost makes me want to like this one, but you know, gotta do what you gotta do. I can't like it, so kind of generic pick. I know I've talked about it to death, and I even made a video talking about books I don't want to talk about or media I don't want to talk about, and this was on it. But goddamn, I wish I could like this more.
Same. Honestly, I like the show a bit. Nothing amazing, of course, besides episode 4, which is arguably the best. Um, I mean, compared to the second season, yeah, the second season's a huge improvement in a lot of ways, but hot take, um, that season 1's lows are lower than season 2's, but their highs are higher than season 2.
I agree.
Um, and also the characters are better than season 2's characters, which might be a shocker.
I don't
Lucas
agree.
gets better. Isaiah gets better towards the end. Even if some of his lesser aspects. Margot's pretty good. James is pretty good. I just generally like him overall more. Maybe because I'm more familiar with him. Maybe because they're just better, or maybe acting's better. I think Devin's acting isn't great in the sequel for just a bit. But overall, the characters I think are better in there, but it's definitely not as good as The Vanishing, and that's kind of sad. 'Cause I wish they were equally as good.
Yeah.
Because they both have great things.
Yeah.
But moving on. Number 3. This is a Series 2000 story, and one that is already controversial. It's not Revenge or Us, so don't get your hopes up, chat. It's actually the book right after it, Fright Camp. This book, it has a lot of things similar to Shock Street, but I really love. With the whole horror movie theming and these extremely intense segments, and there's some great stuff in this book. Don't get me wrong. I think the spinning ride is probably one of the most disturbing sections I've ever read in a Goosebumps story, hands down. And it's almost dropped it. Genuinely one of the best Goosebumps Series 2000 stories for about maybe 80 pages. Because when it gets to the twists, it kind of pulls an Are You Terrified Yet? Funny enough, this is right before that book. But doesn't do it very well. And there's a lot of things that are just don't make a lot of sense. And let alone it tries to double down on that and have a revenge plot line in 10 pages, which is just like, what the hell? Um, and yeah, overall, the final bit of the book really doesn't help at all. So it could have been great if it just stuck with what it's going for and didn't try to have a huge twist that went in a direction that didn't favor the story. But either way, this is what we got, and sadly, it just didn't work at the end of the day. But up until that point, I will say it was an amazing story. Genuinely great stuff. The twist just really took a lot off in the whole final 30 pages.
Yeah. Looks like we got a chat message if you want to read that out loud.
Fright Camp is like mixing Horrorland and a camp story. Exactly. Good concept, has some meta stuff, but it literally overkills on fake outs until you give up. Pretty much, yeah.
I've
The entire book is
bad stuff.
basically one giant, you know, not saying the word for spoiler reasons, but you get the idea.
It's one giant fake out.
Fuck. Well, yeah.
And I haven't even read it. That's how much I've heard about fucking fake outs in that book. um yeah, interesting pick. I actually now I think own it, so I could read that soon. But I'll get to it. My next pick is an odd one, and I don't think anyone would be expecting this, but I kind of mentioned this on a podcast that I did with Goose Junkies a long time ago, and it was Goosebumps, the Phantom of the Auditorium, the musical. Um, this is fucking dog shit. I think here's the thing. If I in a million years, I don't think I could say that I thoroughly enjoyed a musical. And it's mainly because of a couple things, which I'll get to, but let's just stick with the main thing I'm talking about here, which is this CD slash whatever. Because I'm talking about the CD. I haven't seen the musical itself. I'm just talking about the soundtrack. Um, I think that for what it is, it's really cool, and that's why I want to love it. Okay, this is introducing Goosebumps to new audiences. Tons of people are seeing it at theaters because it's been traveling around the country for like 5, 6 fucking years now. It's crazy. I think it's been going for longer. It's been going for like almost 8 years. And, talk about impressive. Okay, something like this, in theory, should not work, but it certainly has. And I think it's awesome. Now, I tried listening to this for this podcast, and oh my god, I couldn't get even halfway through. It's like the most sing-alongy, like clap your fucking hands type of music. It's just like for what I perceive musicals as, it's like it checks all the boxes for why I fucking hate them. Like tons of people love Hamilton. I fucking hate Hamilton. I've never understood it. I think it has an interesting concept, but I think it's annoying. Tons of people love all these musicals, right? And I'm not gonna act like I'm this musical lover. I fucking hate them. But so this technically isn't for me. Once again, but it's like, God, part of me is like, I want to love this. Like, this is the coolest shit we have gotten in Goosebumps in a long time. I mean, the only other notable thing is the 2015 movie. And that came out only a year or so before it. So it's like, if you really think about it, this is probably the coolest Goosebumps media out there in the modern day. Because it's like, how the fuck is this possible? This doesn't feel real. This is similar to the Horrorland attraction at like Disney World or whatever. And the fact that we can get that in the modern day blows my mind. But man, not for me at all. So that's my number three. And I'm gonna read this. Think there's one song I jive with on there, but not big on musicals. There's a few older Broadway ones I enjoy, but it keeps Goosebumps wise good. Basically what I said. Stein making a cameo was cool though. Um, but I think they tried humanizing the Phantom more, which was kind of PG. Yeah, I can definitely see that. I mean, even if it does come to Minnesota, I'm probably gonna try to see it, but I kind of fucking doubt it. I mean, they came here once in probably 2017, 2018, missed it. I didn't even know about its existence at that point. So if it ever comes, I'll go. Um, there's probably gonna be tons of kids. I'm not gonna be fucking moaning and groaning. I want to get the fuck out of here. but like, I'm not gonna be like, yeah, and then like singing along, and I'm fucking going like this the whole time. Like, you're not gonna see me with a big ass smile on my face with pearly whites. So yeah, that's my number three. Um, how about Alex goes into his? Unless you have anything to add.
Um, I will say maybe check out the instrumentals. Um, because I mean Goosebumps. I don't know how I feel about that one. I think that one's better with vocals, but there's some that are just so much better without the vocal tracks, which might be the key thing ruining it for you. But either way, um, I will agree. Some tracks on there are fucking awful, like Babbling Brook. I mean, it just sounds like the intro to a really bad porno. So Babbling Brook is just awful. And I can't remember another one, but it was very similar. But yeah, overall there's some really bad tracks. But then there's good tracks like One Last Goal, which is 30 seconds, but it's just epic. Epic 30 seconds. Yeah. Uh, interesting musical soundtrack to say the least. Moving on. Number two, right? Number two, yeah. This book is beloved, or at least relatively liked, and it's a modern. So it's one of those few moderns that are getting recognition. For as little as I think about it, outside of my recent opinion on it, because I never read it until just last August, and that's It's Alive, It's Alive. um, Holy crap! This book, I'm not gonna say I was disappointed because I went in with very, interesting intentions. Expectations. I didn't know what I was gonna feel about it, and it turned out to be half a living dummy clone, half a terrible sci-fi movie. It's really overhyped just because it has AI. That's really how I feel about it. Don't Scream did it better. That one takes AI in a more interesting direction and uses it to its advantage. This book takes giant robot and makes it do creepy things that don't really have to be a robot. It could be a giant fucking puppet. It could be a freaking refrigerator and give off the same effects. Oh no, the refrigerator slammed my fingers when I opened it. Holy crap, freaky. Oh my god, my refrigerator is outside my door and it's saying, "Come to me." Oh, freaky. It gives off the same vibes no matter what it is. It's just a living dummy clone, but with a robot who, might I add, isn't even in a way alive. There's some interesting twists involving it, and then the other twist, which completely ruined the story. Um, goddamn. I feel like those are overlooked, or at least maybe don't bother people as much. But that entire climax with those god awful reveals and the weird roundabout way it goes about solving everything, like it literally wastes 20 pages running around the neighborhood, randomly getting a cop involved, and then coming back to the same exact point just for a quick and easy resolution to a very crappy ending. It's a book that has few things I like because there's good moments in the first half, and kinda in the second half, but overall it suffers from a lot of bad things. Seriously, Don't Scream did it better. That one actually made technology into an interesting idea, not just plot device. Hey, it's living dummy, but it's a robot. Yeah,
Yeah, like BD said, you're going against a lot of people's opinions because that's like the big Slappy World book that everyone's like, that one's pretty damn good. Like that's the one book. Some people like Dummy Meets the Mummy, but that's the
that
one.
I can
That's
agree with Dummy It's the Mummy, but I can't with It's Alive, It's Alive. Never gotten that one ever since I read it.
yeah. And as of late, speaking of Slappy World, um, I think I'm done collecting Slappy World books.
Good.
I I honestly I've been debating it for a while now, probably like 4 or 5 months, and I'm like, dude, after reading all the Horrorlands, some of the Most Wanteds, I'm like, dude, I don't know if I can fucking do this anymore. Like an entire 20 book series, and half of them are about Slappy. I can't.
Oh, yeah, unappetizing.
I don't think it's ever gonna happen. I might read a couple of the ones that people love, but I already have like most of them. I have It's Alive, It's Alive. I have Dummy Meets the Mummy. So. Anyways, uh, let's get into my second pick. Yeah, second pick. This one, um, you know, kind of ties into my last pick. Y'all know where this is going. Yeah. Phantom of the Auditorium's book. The episode adaptation, I'll say this, it's one of my favorites. And I think it's because of one thing, and you'll understand why I'm saying this in a second. It it doesn't have as much like build up. Like it's a 20-minute episode, gets pretty straight to the point. Not like too fast. Like it waits until pretty far into the episode, but it has something that this episode that this book doesn't have, and that is like pace. This book is just so fucking boring. Like this has to be one of the most unintentionally boring books in the entire franchise. Like this is this is genuinely like if I had to say what I think is the most like drawn out book, this has to be it. Like it just waits and waits and waits, and you're getting these slight clues each time. It's like, who's the fucking one that is the Phantom? Blah blah blah. Is it real? And it just goes fucking nowhere. I mean, the last like 5 pages, people are like, that buildup was fucking insane. The climax, I'm like, holy shit. It's mid. It's a mid ending. Like I remember getting probably 100 pages in, and I'm like, dude, just fucking end this. I get to the last few pages, and I'm like, that's what this was for. I just read all of that for this. And you're probably wondering, well, it sounds like you fucking hate it. Why do you wanna love it? Well, I like a lot of mysteries, okay? In horror, especially, like adult horror. Whenever I watch a horror movie and there's like this big mystery about who is this, this is almost like Stein's take on that, like a who done it. And I'm not a fan of like your fucking white trash like cable television who done it. No, I'm talking like Scream. I fucking love stuff like that. You know what I mean? So, or like the original Friday the 13th. So when you show me this and you tell me about it, and you're kind of like, you're probably gonna like it. It's a mystery. You got to find out who the Phantom is and what the intentions are, and then you read it and nothing fucking happens, and there's a lot of blaming on the main character that just gets sick and tiring, which is something that is weirdly absent from the episode for me. Um, I think that this book is definitely one that I would like to love, and maybe I'll even give it a reread. but it's so disappointing, knowing that this is, like, basically meant for me. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this is, like, a book that I should love, literally. That's why it's this high on my list.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, I've never loved that book, and I don't think I ever will. I really have a lot of similar things, but it doesn't bother me as much. I think the book's not boring. I was never bored reading it back when I initially had my reread for the podcast, but I was never, thrilled over the moon about it. I just thought it was okay up until the climax where it's like, okay, that's okay. It's better than what we were having, but still nothing fantastic. And the whole book just lands at okay. Like it's a fine story, but I wish it just exceeded my expectations a little more. Not that I want to love it though, personally. Um, yeah.
Hmm.
Now for my
Wait,
number
hold
one.
on. 1 second. I want to comment on this too. Holy shit, Alex, your mic is echoing. Holy fuck.
Let me just mute for a second.
Yeah, sorry. Okay. BD says I've been postponing Slappy World because of his ass, aka Slappy. Slappy even interrupts the non-dummy books in that series as the Crypt Keeper figure. I actually kind of remember that because I've read 2 books. And wait till you fucking hear them. Ghost of Slappy and Attack of the Jack. Oh my fucking god, they were bad. Okay, and that's coming from like 4th grade me. Okay, when these books were coming out, horrible. So yeah, I mean, I might get to them, but I'm gonna literally read everything else that I can before I get to them. I have no intentions on getting to them any fucking time soon. Like I'm gonna read hopefully most of the Series 2000s by that point. Any of the GYGs I have, you know, Hall of Horrors, doesn't matter what. Most Wanted. But yeah. And I agree with the auditorium. I just found it kind of boring. Heard people say it's like do some Scooby Doo. Yeah, I heard that too. I can't remember who said that. I actually feel like someone said that on the comments of our Goose Junkies video. But at least that show has enjoyable characters and a certain charm. Yeah, I mean, Scooby Doo has always been a very like it's kind of one of those shows that just feels like kind of like homey. Like you just feel it's like a comfort show. Like you can't really go wrong with it. But yeah, fan of the auditorium. Not great characters, pretty boring. Scooby Doo is fast paced and it's fun. So yeah, I can't agree with whoever's saying that. All right. Sorry for interrupting. Alex, get to your number one.
Oh, good.
Or your
Is my
number.
mic echoing at all, or
What?
my mic echoing at all?
Not at the moment.
Cool. Um, Number one pick. This is one of my least favorite books of all time. Currently ranking number 3. And it just so happens to have some of my favorite aspects to possibly put into a kid's horror book, or any book for that matter. Huge science fiction theme, likable main character, and I still like the main character. It's the only thing I can kind of like, kinda. Aliens, interesting concepts, and a huge plot about escaping from another planet, and that is Haunting of the Stars. Remember Earth Geeks, everybody. That's already a controversial book, but that book, it wasn't silly. I mean, sure, you're my spoiler, but it's in the first like 20 pages. Eating for your armpits, silly but scary. How about hooved aliens that tap dance down the street? Not fucking scary. And this book takes everything even further than that. Pajamas, the king system, 20-minute fake out. Hell no. It's through the roof. I mean, Jesus. This book has every bad thing I could ask from a science fiction book. And it is literally Earth Geeks, but just every single aspect attempted was just inverted. It was horribly wrong. Way too silly. Not even remotely interesting. Barely advances in plot half the time. drags. The ending is dog shit. I mean, Earth Geeks isn't much better. Wait till you read that one. The ending's just like, what the fuck? But this one somehow is worse than that. And not in a good way either. Earth Geeks might even be likable in its ending, but this ending is just okay. It sounds like a really bad UIG ending. And overall, the book has so many things I'd expect to like, and it just completely does them wrong. Um, yeah, I can honestly almost say the same for Planet of the Law Gnomes, but not enough alien theming to even call it a book I want to love. It's just pretty much in name and in ending only. But yeah,
Yeah. Um, I ain't reading on it with the doo-doo garbaggio anytime soon. Yeah, I'm not either. I'm staying the fuck away from that shit. I don't own it, and I really don't want to. Hoofed aliens tap dancing down the street. You know, what a fucking sentence. Hooved aliens tap dance
two-headed.
down the fucking street in pajamas.
They're blue too. The cover's accurate. Just fair warning. This is actually what they look like when they have like donkey hooves that they entered their feet. Tap dancing. Some of their pajamas are purple. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Oh my god. Alright. I guess I'll knock my number one out too and finish this off. Everyone here knows, hopefully, that I'm a big Deep Trouble fan. I like the first book a lot. I like the second book a lot. I even like Creep from the Deep quite a bit. Now, when I heard there was an episode that I didn't remember watching a while back when I first, like, this was a long time ago, years ago, when I first watched basically every episode of the original Goosebumps series, the TV series, I found out that there was a Deep Trouble episode. And I was like, what the fuck? That's awesome. I gotta watch that. And then I find out it's about Deep Trouble 2, and I'm waiting on it, and I'm waiting, and then I finally get to watching every single episode of the original series. How's it going, completionist? And this was the breaking point. It is the last episode of the entire show. It's based on one of my all-time favorite Goosebumps books. This shit was horrible. I mean, I don't even know how it happened. Okay, and we're not talking about this. Okay, I'm just showing this for visual representation. This is pretty fucking good. We're talking about the episode. Okay? This has to be one of the worst episodes in the entire fucking series. It's like it's a two-parter, first of all, which it really doesn't need to be. It's boring as shit. There is horrible acting. Some of the worst in the entire TV series. And by the way, Billy Deep is my favorite character in all of Goosebumps. It's half the reason I fucking love Deep Trouble. So seeing this fat kid who's like maybe like a couple days worth of acting experience, maybe for like a fucking Pepto Bismol commercial for all I know, playing Billy Deep. I mean, come on! And it doesn't end there. The CGI, it's so bad. It's so bad. And the way the episode is shot and directed, and there's these weird filters, and I fucking hate it. It's like it's straining to my eyes how obnoxious it is and how unfaithful it is, and it's just like the entire time I watch it, I'm like, how? First of all, why did they name it Deep Trouble if it's based on Deep Trouble 2? Second of all, why didn't they just make it Deep Trouble? Deep Trouble 2 in concept is way harder to make. I mean, Deep Trouble 1 would technically be harder, but it's like they could simple it down, you know what I mean? And then it would become easy. Which a ton of episodes did that. So it's like seeing this bullshit is crazy. And here's the thing. you can't even make this look like it's all about me, even though this is what this episode we're doing, this video, is basically all about. This is about books we want to love, but can't, or media. But it's like, this seriously, even if you don't look at it in my perspective, has to be one of the worst, like, TV closers ever. Like, if you watch any TV show, any anthology series, they're never this bad. They're never this bad. Like, even Are You Afraid of the Dark had a decent closer, and that was fucking 7 seasons deep. And the 7th season's not that great. It's not. But they still managed to make a decent episode. So the fact that Goosebumps, which was one of the biggest properties of the '90s, couldn't is disappointing as hell, especially knowing that it's one of my faves. So that's my number one. If you have anything to add before we read that, go ahead. Yeah,
I mean, that episode, I think it's mildly overhated, but I completely get every issue with it. Horrible CGI. First part's boring as shit. There's some things I like. I mean, the special effects with the makeup on some of the fish human hybrids, it looks good.
yeah.
Um, and the
The,
ending, I
the
actually like the
practical
ending.
effects are always great. Practical effects are awesome.
Oh yeah, but it falls flat in a lot of ways. Also, the actor who played Billy Deep was also in the Are You Afraid of the Dark series finale, which might be a curse because that finale was also arguably not the best. Some people think it's pretty mid.
It's mid. Yeah,
I agree with that too. It is not exactly my favorite episode from that show. Falls flat in a lot of ways.
it's just too drawn out for sure.
Hmm.
It doesn't need to be 3 parts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right. Sweet. So we're done. We're gonna read some chat as an after party, and then we'll see where this goes. All right. Sounds like a Dead Time Stories book. I think he's talking about.
I
If I
think it
had
was
to
about
guess,
Haunting of the Stars.
Haunting of the Stars. Yeah. The giant edited iguana crawling. All that needs to be said. Plus the hybrids at the end look like the Mighty Morphin Power Ranger ones. Yes. And here's the thing. If they didn't look so grainy and like almost weirdly pixelated, I'd be fine with it. But it just raises a question. It's like, why didn't we just get giant fish? You know what I mean? Like, just fucking all they had to do was zoom in really big on a fish and like act like it's fucking huge. Is that hard? I mean, like, it would probably be shit no matter what. But like, and that's why I'm saying they should have went with Deep Trouble 1. But it's like, even that would have been better. Like, we're not talking about fucking land animals, we're talking about fish. So dumb. Alright. It's like Full Moon Features, made a straight to TV movie. Yes. Billy Deep's actor also looked like Scuttle the Seagull from Little Mermaid. I don't know what that is.
Yeah.
Sheena becoming the main character was odd too. Exactly! I didn't even fucking mention that. She almost steps in, like, in front of Billy as like the main role, which is so like uncalled for because he's not that great, and her acting is horrible. My media I wish I could love would be yeah. You can't scare me just for the cover. The
Oh
cover's
yeah.
so fucking good. Egg Monsters Attack of the Mutant episode. I love that episode. That's one I don't know why people hate that. It's so fucking good.
Oh yeah. That episode's amazing.
I know. That's like a high 9 or 10 out of 10 for me. Jack-o'-lanterns episode. Honestly, I'm mixed on the Jack-o'-lanterns book. I still think it's great, but there's definitely a lot of weird parts. The episode is pretty darn good though. The episode's probably a 9 or an 8. Um, yeah. I mean, I think all this shows is there's always going to be stuff that you want to like. But it's, I kind of view it like this. If you ever watch a horror movie franchise and you love every movie, this is kind of what I base like Deep Trouble 2's pick off of. And you love every movie in the franchise, and then there's just that one that's like, not a fan. It's kind of how I feel. Like Friday the 13th, right? I love basically everything up until the sixth one. The seventh one's pretty good. The ninth one's pretty good. It's decent. The 10th one's fun, but it's decent once again. The eighth one, ooh, fucking horrible. So it just shows that this can happen in everything. But yeah, before we end, and honestly, if we want to stay on until we reach like an hour, I'm totally fine with it. I don't have much to do right now. I just wanted to make sure we could get this out quick before like 11:30 because I don't want to stay up too late at school. But
Oh yeah.
check out Alex's channel. No shit, he has like 3 times, 4 times as many subscribers. Goosebumps for Dummies. He's awesome. He's the reason I'm here at the moment. Being BD Horror, Goosebumps Completionist, him. That's like the 3 people that really brought my channel up. They basically raised me like a little kid. How crazy. No. Have anything else to say? And maybe we can just have little talks after.
Yeah, I ain't got nothing to say. Great stream though.
Yeah, it was fun. Um, as of now, I am about 1/5 through my most wanted video, and it felt great to read 2 books within like 4 hours yesterday. On my way back from Florida, I gotta be honest. I'm gonna just say it. I'm not gonna spoil my opinions on Son of Slappy, but How I Met My Monster.
Oh,
That has to be one of the worst books I have ever read in Goosebumps. I mean, Jesus Christ.
the fucking
I don't know
pool
how.
scene. Mm.
Oh, the pants scene where
Mm-hmm.
everyone can see his dick. Yeah, that's fun. Even
Oh,
though it's a middle schooler. Yeah, totally.
just the best scene in that book by far, next to the very great ending. Mm. Just
Oh,
marks the spot, you know.
the ending, perfect. Love it. Totally didn't see it
Yeah.
coming from like 2 miles away. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh, and the whole thing with the hotel name too.
So fucking stupid. It's a horrible book.
I hated that twist so much. I've still yet to review it too because I hate it so much. It's actually coming up though.
On your read list or on your review list?
Review list. It should be late April.
Nice. Yeah. Right now I'm how many pages through this? I don't have a bookmark. I just remember I'm at like 33. Yeah. I've read everything up until 33 in Frankenstein's Dog.
That's like a slightly better version of. I mean, not slightly, but when it comes to comparing it, I'd say it's slightly. It's a slightly better version of It's Alive, It's Alive.
Hmm. Yeah. The opening is kind of promising, honestly. I like
Oh yeah.
there's this town and they hate this one guy who creates shit or whatever and he's a scientist. It's kind of interesting. I haven't read much, but don't spoil it.
Yeah, I
But
won't.
yeah. I wish I could love Curse of the Mummy's Tomb. I fucking love that book. Why do people hate that book? The Headless Ghost, Ghost in the Mirror, from the Ghost Camp, and the Ghost Next Door. AKA, you wish you could like ghost stories for Goosebumps because that's almost completely ghost stories.
Oh my
Egg
god, that's
Monsters 2? Egg Monsters? Honestly, Egg Monsters is like it's just so fun. It's not that great, but it's so fun. I can fly through that shit. I've read it twice. It's one of the only books I've read like multiple times.
yeah. I mean, we all know what I thought of it.
Yeah.
It's basically my favorite book. Um, I get if people don't love it, but I'd be surprised if people said it's like complete dog shit, which has happened before.
Wait, I thought you had
Um,
a new favorite book.
what?
Didn't you have like a new favorite book? Which was it?
Yeah, haunted school.
Haunted School. Which, by the way, horrible take. Go fuck yourself. Just kidding. That's
I
not
mean,
a
Lions have done it anyways.
not a great. Egg Monsters is way better than that book. No offense. Not
None
better
better.
objectively, but if we're saying how fun is it, like God, bro. Egg
Oh,
Monsters, 100%.
oh my! I have to give it a reread because I was gonna read it on 420, aka Easter, and I completely forgot to put it on my TBR.
Yeah. Easter on
I smoked
420.
weed during it.
We're gonna have weed with fucking eggs, bro.
Gotta
You're
walk in my
gonna wake
brother's
up
house.
in the morning. What if imagine this. You wake up in the morning and you get served a big weed and egg platter.
Mmm.
And they go, "You're fucked. You have to eat weed and eggs."
Mmm.
Just so you know, you're done for. You're dead. We're not making it out alive.
Oh,
Mummy's Tomb's second half is perfect. Yeah, but the first half is build up and it actually kind of fucking works. It's
yep.
entertaining.
Let alone a science fiction geek over here. It's intriguing. I don't want the whole ET vibes and them sharing it with their friend. Like, yo, here's a fucking egg monster. Get that thing on my fucking house, Dana. Okay.
Yeah. As far as BD's saying about egg monsters, I mean, the second half of the lab, the only reason I love it is because it's like there's so much tension. You know what I mean? Like it's like this guy captured this kid. He clearly doesn't have good intentions. It's like I want this kid to make it out. But
Yeah.
yeah, Gabe
It's
sucks.
just very intriguing and experimental because it's all one big scene.
And you know what, completionist? That is why I excuse it. I used to have a Mummy's Tomb review on my channel. Thank God that shit got deleted. I deleted all those one-off reviews because they sucked. But I said, I was like, dude, the only reason why I can excuse Gabe just being like cryy and whiny the whole time is because his sister is fucking horrible. So if you had to live with that
Oh,
thing, you'd want to die. Like I would be annoyed. I would be fucking whiny as shit.
can we just poke fun at how in the Return of the Mummy episode, Sari is like basically a toddler, way smaller than Gabe, and
Oh yeah.
same personality. But in the fucking book, she's like tall. She's like very tall, apparently, from what I remember,
Yeah.
and way older.
Yeah, it's good to sorry to switch the topic, but it's good to get back into Goosebumps. I've been so into
Oh
fucking
yeah.
music lately. I plan to watch some adult horror soon. I know I showed the chat this, but Texas Chainsaw 2 kind of cool to find. And this was the one that I saw and I had to pick this up. Dead Alive. Haven't seen this in a long time. But these were at a flea market. And I plan to start watching the Friday the 13th again. And I'm hoping, since he's in the chat right now, and I've already told him we got it kind of planned out, but I'm hoping me and Completionist can collab and rank all 10 of those. Plus, Man, I don't know. We're definitely gonna include the remake, but do we include Freddy vs. Jason? I don't know. Yeah, Gabe's situation is same as Evan from the first book. Yeah, that's how I view it. But here's the thing: Evan in the sequels is fucking horrible, especially the second one. First half of Mummy's Tomb wasn't fake outs. Okay, you're nitpicking.
Yeah,
It's not that bad. It's like a few fake outs here and there. It's a
I
very
think the
like
first half's actually genuinely kind of entertaining. Not obviously better than the second half, but it's
yeah.
not bad in
Well,
my
like
opinion.
as far as fake outs go, I mean, it's like this is early on in Goosebumps. A lot of the books around there had shitloads of them. Like I can't really point at that book and be like, "That's the one." You know what I mean? Like Night of the Living Dummy. That book has like 1,000.
Mm-hmm. Let alone you waste your time for 85 pages. Like, how? How?
Exactly.
And then y'all say Mummy's Tomb and too many fake outs.
I had an adult horror book binge for a while now, but I'll get back into kids horror once I review Zombie Town and Phantom of the Megaplex. Let's go! I'll be watching those for sure. I'm including Freddy vs. Jason for sure. Um, a lot of people say it's more of like a Nightmare on Elm Street movie, but I haven't seen it in a long time. Like it's been like 7 years. Jesus. Uncle Ben had two fake outs, Sari had one, and Gabe scared himself with something goofy from memory. Yeah, I mean, isn't one of the fake outs like right early in the book, like the first 5 pages or something?
I'm not sure.
I mean, like, it just doesn't bother me. I don't know. Some cool news. Think it's safe to say now. I'll be making. Dude, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
King Noose me. It isn't as generic as Headless Ghost fake outs when they. Oh god, that book is awful. Yeah,
I mean, Headless Ghost, I don't hate it. I think it's got good atmosphere, some genuinely okay spooky bits, but overall it kind of falls flat with anything other. It's just, hey, spooky house. Few urban legends that relatively don't mean much to the story, but are fine. And giant fake out, I believe, with Headless Ghost. And then actually okay, I guess, ending.
wait,
And then the great twist ending.
is Headless Ghost the book where the entire no, it totally is, where they, like, get 90% through the book, and the fucking headless ghost that's been, like, the headless ghost the whole time is just a fucking kid.
Yeah.
I fucking hate that book! Oh my god, it's so bad.
But then you get to the ending and it's like, oh, I guess it was a ghost.
Yeah. It's
Or
fuck
see, at least can
it's
be
bull
implied it was.
it's bullshit, bro. Fuck that book.
I do like the ending a lot, but I just don't like much of the stuff that builds up to it. And upon rethinking about it, the ending could have worked better if it just made a little more sense. Like, okay, so he's not a ghost. Never mind, he is a ghost. They're all ghosts. Holy shit, what the fuck is going on? Type shit. Um,
Real.
could have just made a little more sense if they kind of. It felt like it was kind of like, okay, let's just make it so they're all ghosts after they wrote everything instead of we're gonna make it so they're all ghosts before they wrote the story. It was like an afterthought.
Yeah. Bro, I
Yeah,
remember
exactly.
BD.
Portlander.
I remember watching, or sorry, I remember we were gonna do that Goose Junkies episode, and I bought the book to read it before we did it because I didn't want to go on archive, and it like arrived like a week before we filmed, and I read that entire book within like 3 days or something, and it was just painstakingly boring. Like, I thought it was so boring. Nothing happens. Tons of fake outs too. Look at this. I'm sorry, bro. This is the coolest shit. Look at that.
Bach. BOC. What does that mean?
It's Blue Oyster Cult, but
Oh.
that has to be like. This is what I'm saying with music, right? I've been like buying a shit ton of CDs. Like I
God.
I kind of have been, but it's like I really in the last couple months, I bought a shit ton. I've been a big fan of BOC for a while, but in the last like 2 months, I bought all of these. Look at this. That one. That one. I'm only missing a few of them. These are all from the 70s and early 80s. Actually, Alex, you'd probably like them.
Probably.
I can comfortably say you'd probably like them. They're weird as shit. Like, the name is weird, you know, like, of the band, but, like, as long as you don't pay attention to the lyrics, which are, like, fucking nonsense, I bet you'd like them. It's kind of cool, and a lot of their songs are... They have a lot of variety, I should say that.
I have been getting to a lot more bands and older artists like Bad Gadget, Echo and the Bunnymen.
Oh, yeah.
Forgot a name. Oh, Extreme.
Nice. You like Extreme? I never expected that.
I actually have a CD right up there for Pornography, which is a banger album.
Yeah. That's awesome, bro. Bruce, have you read Trick or Trap? Oh, nice.
Oh, Trick or Trap. Don't read that one. God willing.
Dude, the thing about... Like, this is the thing about Most Wanted, right? I can comfortably say this. I just don't want to say this to, like, everybody. Like, I don't want everyone to know my opinions. Like, the book series so far is so fucking mixed. Like, you have decent book for Wanted, the Haunted Mask. Then you get to pretty fucking bad book, Planet. Then you get to pretty decent book with the next book. Then you go pretty fucking bad with the next book. And now, so far, Frankenstein's Dog is pretty good. I'm like, dude, this is such a mixed bag. I have no idea what to expect for future books. It's like,
I mean,
every book I read, I have no idea what I'm getting myself into.
You are coming on a gold mine when it comes to popular takes soon, because you're going to have freaking Zombie Halloween, 12 Screams of Christmas, Nightmare and Clown Street Level, and before that, Creature Feature Final Exam. All of those are really good. But then you go to Trick or Trap, and
Yikes.
it's just, you can't scare me for 170 pages. It's the same idea. It's really boring. Nothing's happening, and then when something happens, it's just not enough to make up for the nothing happening. It will break you. Yeah.
Queens of Stone Age, that's awesome, bro. No, yeah, Most Wanted, though. This series, like, I'll say this. This is, like, way less bad than Horrorland. So far. Like, Horrorland was the worst shit ever. Like, I don't know what I was thinking, but I was like, yo, I'm gonna read this entire fucking 19 long series, and every book is fucking connected, and I heard that most of them are mid, and I'm like, dude, when I'll say this, after I got done with Arc 1, Okay. And I noticed that the first fucking book of Arc 2 is headless, or not headless, the barking ghost, basically. I just about went, I'm fucking done. I almost did it. Like, that's when I went, you know what? That video is gonna be posted. That first video. I split it. I'm like, there's not a chance I'm making it through 7 more books. I eventually did, but my god, it took a while.
The 4-month fucking read for Weirdo Halloween. I mean, Jesus.
Yeah.
You might even take another 4 months for maybe Trick or Trap or The Haunter, judging by the length and the quality of the stories. They're similar,
Oh, Jesus.
but I'll give them this: they're not bam annoying, but they're definitely yeah, they're gonna make you fall asleep easy. If they had an audiobook, it'd be like white noise. Like just
Sum
not entertaining.
41. I honestly, I've almost never listened to Sum 41. I just know they're like a fun band. They're like a fun party kind of band. Nah, God, Trick or Trap. Uh, 4, no, 5 fucking special editions. Like, who allowed this shit?
I mean, Jesus.
I mean,
I'll say this. At least of the main series, including Wanted, is that technically part of it, technically not. Of the labeled 4 special editions, the first 2 are better by miles and are some of the best of the whole series. Zombie Halloween's pretty good. 12 Scream's great. So at least it's not all bad. It's half good, half bad, which would round to like a 5, just looking at one's fucking terrible, one's pretty bad, one's pretty good, one's amazing. Or not amazing, but great. So it would just round out to,
yeah.
really, really, really divisive special editions. And I've heard people say they like the Haunter, which I used to, but reread, yeah, no.
Dude, that book cover is so good, though.
Oh fuck yeah.
Like, god damn. Yeah. Honestly, I have a feeling BD's gonna like my most wanted video. I've tried to make it funny so far. I'll say this. I haven't edited as much as I did for Horrorland. But I don't have enough time and energy to do that shit again. For in all honesty, I don't. Like, I didn't do it for my Horrorland Part 2. I just think that's probably the magic that I'm missing. I'm probably one step away from making another amazing video, but it's like, God, bro, that Horrorland video took fucking hours and hours. Like, that shit was crazy. Like, that was probably the most I ever spent editing. No, but this one I've tried to make pretty damn good. I've definitely put more effort in it than Horrorland Part 2. I'll say that. Horrorland Part 2 was basically, let's get this fucking done. I didn't want to do it at all, but because BD wanted it, I gave in and I'm like, okay, fine, I'm gonna make it.
Oh yeah. Oh shit. Comp is doing a collab with Midnight Chronicler.
Nice. Also, thanks, Horlander. I appreciate it. Midnight Chronicler. I don't watch him, but man, he's kind of cool, bro. Like,
Yeah, he's made some genuinely decent videos.
Yeah. I watched a couple a long time ago, and I thought they were damn good. Yeah, so this is the first collab that I'm doing. I'm gonna hopefully do one with BD on Tales from the Crypt Season 1. Which should be great, because it has to be the most mixed fucking, or I should say front-loaded season of any TV show ever. Like, the first 3 episodes are incredible, and then the last 3 I don't even know if BD has seen them all, but my god. They're fucking horrible. All right.
What the? Yeah, I've never seen this show, Tales from the Crypt.
Yeah, I'm just watching it for the first time. I'm like halfway through season 2, I think, or maybe a little over halfway. I had to take a break because I had to go out of town. I'm doing. Oh, sorry. The first 3 episodes were kind of released as a movie of sorts. Interesting. I actually believe that they have very similar like quality. That season, yeah. You and I have the same takes. You've seen the first 3 or 4 seasons. Jesus. Honestly, this show is not that great so far. Like, there's definitely great episodes, but like nothing's like besides those great episodes, nothing's like wowing me. There's a lot of dog shit. Oh, that's sick. VHS, yeah. That one episode with the fucking the weird farmer guy, and he wants to fuck his like adopted daughter. Jesus
What the
Christ.
fuck?
That has to be the worst TV show episode I've ever fucking
Nope.
watched.
No, man. You've gotta see. I don't remember what it's called, but there's a episode of American Horror Stories, the remake show, where a guy fucks his brother, biological, not even step or anything, and then he fucks a robot version of his brother.
Yeah.
Straight up incest. Fucking
Oh my,
horrible.
oh my god.
And he
It's
loves
probably
it.
it's probably not as bad as the episode I'm talking about. Alex, there's a shot with the guy having a dream where he's about to fuck her, and she has like almost no clothes on. It's disgusting, dude. She's like 16.
Ew.
I like almost threw up, bro. It's vomit worthy.
Yeah, that's fucked. That is straight up nasty.
Yeah. Yeah, four side triangle, is that what it's called? It's fucking horrible, bro. It's so bad.
What the fuck? These plots are fucking crazy.
An old man tries to get with this chick, which turns out to be his son who had a sex change to kill him and take his money. That's funny, honestly. There's a bunch of episodes from the later seasons that I loved, though. Yeah, I heard that the later seasons have some like legit, like almost kids horror episodes. Like they basically try to be like aimed at younger audiences. What are these buttons? They added so much. Retouch.
It's a lot of weird thing you can do.
Whoa, what the fuck is this?
And I had a green screen. Like way back.
This is so dumb. As yay, so the kidnapper, fatal capper, and four-side triangle are jelly stuff. Yeah. What's his name? Fucking Tom Holland was the director of Four-Sided Triangle. That dude can fucking eat a dick, bro. That's like one of the worst episodes of anything I've ever seen. Yeah, BD, I saw that episode. It was actually really good. He like works as a illustrator for the Tales from the Crypt comics. That's what it is. It's a good episode. Here, one sec. I'm gonna see how many I've watched from season 2.
I don't know what the fuck we're talking about.
All right, I've watched the first 13, and there's 18, so I have 5 left. I think we should end stream. This was definitely fun though.
Yeah,
Too
my
bad it had
phone
to go
is
like this,
barely
but
charging.
it was so fun. Thanks everybody for watching. If you're checking this out afterwards, you're probably not making it this far into the video, but if you did, much appreciated. And yeah, you have anything else to say quick before we go?
No. Just have a great night, everybody.
Yeah, have a great night, everybody. All right. See you later.